We're going to talk a little bit about, not just donuts, but also people. And, Jessica did a very good job kind of, I think, letting you all know a little bit about me. And let me just try to, okay. A little bit about me, Director of Service Delivery at Computer Aid. I'm also Director of Mentoring at the South Florida chapter of PMI. I try to stay very engaged with program project management side of things. And then also an alumni of Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, where I spent a few decades working in the cruise area over at Royal. So to kind of dive into a little bit of details, it's not all about the donuts. It's about the people. I'm going to talk a little bit about food and the connections that you can utilize to, utilize food and things like that to connect with people. But really, this is about the people and how they relate to your projects and, looking at things like understanding people's needs and wants, what are they really after, taking it a step further in coaching, mentoring, developing your folks, kind of helping them reach their fullest potential. So again, it's not about the donuts, it's about the people. Someone might disagree with that. So, if you were Homer Simpson, I'm sure it would be all about the donuts, but, we're focusing on this from a project management standpoint. So traditional project management, there's the triple constraints or, quadruple constraints, including quality. And, as project managers, this is one of the fundamental first things we learn about, managing to scope, managing your schedule, managing your budget on time, on budget, to scope, and, delivering quality. And that really works fine for the mechanics of project management. But if you drill down a little deeper, Abraham Maslow, who I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, kind of looked at people in a different way, right? He kind of started looking at what really drives people. And he came up with the hierarchy of needs. And if we start mapping that to the people that could be around us right now, some of the people that may be on this call that are team members and other folks that are project or program managers, there's certain things that drive people. A basic, human instinct. We have the physiological, the food, water, survival. We have the safety, love, belonging, esteem, self-actualization at the top of the pyramid. And just, as a human and, being here on Earth, this is kind of what drives people, drives society, drives different cultures. And if we kind of take this and we map this to people that might be working on your project team members, whether they are direct reports of you or matrix to you and to be assigned to your project, we start finding that, at the bottom we have the donuts. We have what it could do motivating your team to bring in a dozen donuts from Dunkin' Donuts or, bagels or something. It's a busy day. People are kicking off that morning. They're drinking their coffee. They're getting ready for the day. I mean, what a great way to kind of propel your team a little bit forward by bringing them breakfast, connecting to them on that most basic level when you look at the hierarchy of needs. Taking a step further, what are people looking for? What do people look for in their day-to-day? What do people look for in their careers? They need a good job. A lot of people, especially those working on projects or company anywhere, they're looking to have a job that makes them feel secure, that allows them to afford the lifestyle they want, to kind of get those basic needs out of the way. And then if you keep moving up, being on a good team, you can have a great job and not be on a good team or not working with people that are pleasant to work with. And then obviously, you're going to kind of be at that point of the pyramid. You're probably not going to go any higher. So, people want to be a part of a good team just as much as they want to be a part of an exciting project, dealing with the latest, greatest technologies or dealing in areas that really excite them. They want to be excited by who they work with, who they work for, and who works for them. And then a step further, achieving and succeeding. People want to be successful in the job they have, part of the team they are, and then having people succeed, whether it's individually or whether it's at a team. People are motivated by a variety of different circumstances, whether it's recognition, whether it's monetary rewards, whether it's promotions. People want to achieve and succeed. And taking it a step further is, we all want to find that new opportunity. Typically people, are happy in their roles for a certain period of time. Projects make it a little easier. Initial definition of a project is a temporary initiative. So, projects begin and they end. So, it's pretty much assumed as a project manager or as a project team member, you're going to be going on to new and exciting opportunities. So just inherent in the concept of project and program management is that new and exciting opportunity factor, and something, you know, to look at motivating your team around. So connect with your folks. I think one of the best ways to develop, to grow your folks and grow your team, keep people motivated, and, you know, some of this is you could be a project manager. You could have a team matrix to you where that team member may report to a different functional manager in the organization who's doing that person's evaluation and coaching and mentoring that person, and, you know, has HR and administrative responsibilities. But there's no reason why you can't develop that person as well, why you cannot look to coach and mentor them even though they're not your direct report. So, you know, that's some things to keep in mind, you know, and how do you connect with people? How do you motivate them, coach them? How do you connect with them? How do you mentor them? You need to really understand their needs and wants, you know, and kind of mapping this back to the pyramid. You know, at the bottom, they need to eat, right? Everyone needs food. Everyone needs a donut every now and then. Having a good job, being on a good team, achieving and succeeding, having new and exciting opportunities. So at a core, we pretty much know what everyone's looking for, or at least the majority of people that are working in, you know, professional corporate environment, or on a project in information technology, or in, you know, business relations or marketing or sales. We know projects are, you know, pretty much prevalent in any department in a company. Someone needs and wants. And like I said, it's kind of a key to getting to know what motivates people. How do you find out? Well, you could ask them, ask the person what, you know, what they're really after, what is it they're looking for, where do you want to be in your career, where would you like to be a year from now, you know, what is it that really motivates you? And sometimes people will tell you, and sometimes they won't. So for those that may not give you the most direct answer, or really don't know or haven't really thought about it, always asking other people. You know, if it's a matrix team member, you could always ask their functional manager. You could ask their coworkers. You could ask people that's worked with them before, possibly a project manager where the individual resource has been part of that team. Or you can observe. You can observe the person and their behaviors and really look for those signals and those signs of what motivates the person, what strikes the smile, what excites them. And you'll find a lot by doing that, the power of observation. At the end of the day is making that connection with those people on your team, the same way you do with friends or family members or those significant folks that have paged in and out of your life. Making that connection and focusing on that with your team members will do nothing other than help you achieve your own success, their success, and of course the success of the project. So, you know, there's the mechanical side of project management, like the triple constraints, you know, scope, budget, timeline. But there's a much more important factor, and that's really the people. And if you look at, you know, different ways that connecting with people, you'll find that, you know, sometimes it's as easy as, you know, going out for a cup of coffee, you know, maybe taking the team out for breakfast and having your team meeting over breakfast, or a team lunch. Or, you know, as we know with projects, you could be working late one day, you know, bringing in dinner for people and looking at what else can you do? What else can you do to motivate the team? What else can you do to make the team feel appreciated, wanted, and, you know, a part of something more than just a project, but a part of their success and the success of the team, and ultimately the success of the organization that you're delivering the project for. And, you know, you just kind of look out through history and you'll see that, you know, there's this repetitive cycle about food and making that connection and building those bonds and those bridges, and then really, you know, taking it from there and see what else, you know, motivates people. I mean, donuts cater